the devil, the United States Army, has done detailed research and have come up with an antidote for radioactive poisoning. Now, I don't doubt that because already you know the vegetable king Yahweh himself is a true herbalist. He's a herbalist and it is real. That's right. And there's a bunch of herbs out there that will help detox you from radiation and help the cells remove it from the body. Here's how I know that, because I know a lot of it removed from my mind. That's right. So that's how simple it is. So what we're going to do is we'll talk about this money again. We're going to tie it all into this change of this 3.5, might as well say it. We get Revelation, Revelation 12th chapter. I just want to read you the first 8 or 9 verses where it says the woman was persecuted for a prayer. But we're going to deal with this 3.5. I want this on YouTube. I'm tired of people calling me, and I have to explain it 1,000 times. Same old stuff. Okay. You got 3.5. Right. You got 3.5 for the good. And you got 3.5 for the what? For the bad. See, all of that equals what? 7. We're going to talk about that. And we'll tell you about how it's been set up and what it represents. And this is 1,260 days or years, whichever principle you want to use. Once you understand it, that's the principle. So it's 1,260 days or years we'll get into. Or this principle can be manifested in terms of 4. Because 4 is in the midst of what?
The week.
So, nickel is what? 20 nickels to $1, 10 dimes to $1, 100 pennies to $1, 2 half $1. Different manifestation with the same what? Same principle. Now you understand. Yeah. Just run over and over again. Yahweh said, y'all change what? Change now. So we're going to read Revelation, the 1st chapter, and then 12th chapter about that, and then we'll finish this up. Now, all this is tied into the 490. We'll get into that. I'm just going to give you an overview. Everybody's talking about these 1290s. They got it all screwed up. But you can see then why the 2012 is coming. Even though the Gentiles were off, they're looking for the end of the age, it did coincide with some of the cycles of what? Of Yahweh. Being the first 50 days after, 50 years after 19 what? 60. See, it's very close to that. That's why it's such a, even the Gentiles, they ain't got no Bible, don't believe in the Bible. But they got enough sense that something's ready to jump off. See, even the Gentiles, their superstition was able to come to some conclusion about what Yahweh was doing. And what divine in it, they still understood. Paul said the Gentiles do by things that were contained where? In the law. In the law. So now we're able to do this. Now these are divine calculations. You're going to be able to put this stuff together and you'll be able to see it over and over again. What's 150? That's 1260 in the calf. You're able to see these what? The cycles and the numbers. And you know what to expect. Because most people don't know nothing about these numbers. They haven't been taught. And they misuse them and abuse them because they don't understand the repetition because they have no pattern and they have no vision. That's why the vision application is so important. It was able to put all of these things together in a concise manner for you to be able to understand. Down here at the last few days of the fall of mystery Babylon. And even he said, everybody is saying, even somebody don't believe the Bible, they realize the current system that you're in is what? Unsustainable. It's unsustainable. It's gone. It's over with. See, and few people are able to prepare for it, just like they did prepare for the flood. Okay, I need a prayer by Mr. Robinson. Then we need somebody to read those first 8 verses, and then we'll go back. And the first 8 verses, then I want you to read the Exodus, the 12th chapter, 1 through 9, with special attention paid to the land was held over how many days? 4 days. Now you understand, that's 1260.
Start Pro 12:1.
Yeah, I need a prayer first.
May we all bow our hearts and minds. Father, we come to you this morning with much praise and thanksgiving. Give you all the glory and honor. Praise and thank you for another wonderful time to study your word. Praise and thank you for the increase in knowledge for the teacher to bring forth this word at this time to show us and to enlighten us at this hour to what is to come and what is now. I ask these blessings in the mighty name of your Son, Yeshua. Can I all say hallelujah?
Hallelujah. Okay, start at Revelation 12, so 1 through 8, please.
Yeah, just before the fall from heaven.
Okay, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew 1/3 part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto Elohim and his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of Elohim, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. That's what you want?
That's it.
Okay. Keep going.
No, it's all of that. Then go to the Exodus.
I'm sorry.
Exodus. And why don't you get to the 19th chapter and read the first 7 verses of 19 and then go back to Exodus.
The 19th chapter of Exodus.
The 19th chapter of Revelation, excuse me.
Okay, I'll get that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to the 19th chapter of Revelation. And after these things I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, Hallelujah, salvation and glory and honor and power unto Yahweh our Elohim. For true and righteous are his judgments, for he hath judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and hath avenged the blood of her servants at her hand. And again they said, Hallelujah, and her smoke rose up forever and ever. And the 24 elders and the 4 beasts fell down and worshipped Elohim that sat on the throne, saying, Hallelujah. And a voice came out of the throne, saying, Praise our Elohim, all ye his servants, and ye that fear him, both small and great. And I heard, as it were, the voice of a great multitude, and the voice of many waters, and the voice of mighty thundering, saying, Hallelujah, for Yahweh omnipotent reigneth. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of the sons.
That's it.
To Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his house take it according to the number of souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it between the 2 evenings. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Okay, so we read the Passover, and then we read we started off with Revelation, the 12th chapter, talking about the woman clothed in the sun. We talked about that for a moment. Then we went to the 19th chapter. We talked about the marriage of the Lamb. and his bride, and his bride. Now, it's no coincidence. No coincidence. Coincidence may coincide. What it is just, I think it's this week or next week.
The marriage.
There will be a royal marriage that will have the whole world spellbound for a week.
Right.
Like they did in the 80s when what's his name married
Diana got. Now, and
they get married on the 11th day, the 29th.
Right. So
11th.
So the point is that it's in the month of April, but it's also in the month of Abib, the first month of the Hebrew calendar that we're in. The point that I'm making here is that is taking place now, and it will be finished completely at the end of the mystery what? Babylon's destruction, which will show forth, and really we'll look at the institution and the fulfillment of this thing as we go down. But it's important for you to see that. And then the woman had to flee in the wilderness for 1,200 what? 60 days where she was nourished. We'll talk about that. You're going to tie all this stuff together. If you know the migratory tract, you got the whole thing. It just comes with a different manifestation. And you're going to be able to see where we're going. Okay. So, and then we have the 12th chapter of Revelation. And as the founder says, you have to begin at Moses. As it says Isaiah 8, to the law of the prophets. We're going back here to pick up the basic principles that we need. Now, these are principles, and they repeat themselves over and over and over. Nothing changes. See, but you got to understand the principles so you can see it in operation. And see it in operation in your life, in your world. It enables you to understand that Yahweh is truly real in His operation. Now, we begin down here. First of all, we begin at I'm cut it up short because I got a lot I want to cover. When Moses received the vision at this burning bush out there, the appearance of this angel in this burning bush gave him a commission to go back down in the land of Egypt. They gave him the names Yahweh, not Lord, but Yahweh, which is a salvation name, first time revealed to Moses, and a man in this set of ages. And he came back down here with signs and wonders. He got back down here in the land of Egypt, cut it up. There were 10 plagues poured out down here, folks. But only the first 3 were on the Egyptians and the Israelites. But the last 7, the last 7 were only on the Egyptians. That's why Revelation always talks about them 7 plagues that will be poured out on what? The mystery of Babylon. That's to come. And you got a little taste of it with that radiation over there in Japan. The farm animals are dying. They can't drink the water. The soil is contaminated. You can't fish. You can't breathe the air. And them folks are constantly terrorized. Say, Yahweh said, I got something for you. Now, that's the beginning of plague. That's just a type. We ain't got to the real thing. Because, see, they don't know what they're playing with. Messing with this atomic energy, you ain't got no divine what?
That's right, pattern.
They got no divine pattern or wisdom.
Right.
So I'm saying, they go in there and they got this power and then they made them drunk. You know. They made them drunk. I ain't talking about Jim Crow drunk, you know what I'm saying? Bourbon drunk. I'm talking about what? Spiritual what? Psychological, because since he's able to unlock the power of the atom, he thinks he's God, and they soon find out that they're what?
They can't handle it.
They can't handle it because they think if it was God, then how is God let this stuff get out and burn his butt up? Don't make no what? Don't make no sense. So it shows you they lack divine wisdom. See, but what happened was a 10th plague down here that would kill firstborn man and beast down here. And we read that in the book of Exodus, that which Moses wrote after the children of Israel came out of Egypt. So this is the Exodus out. So what happened was, they were told to take out a lamb on the 10th and hold it over how many days? 4 days. So the 10th, the 10th year, the 10th of Abib. Now Abib corresponds to the month of April, our month of April. So the 10th,
January.
see, and that's the first month of the Hebrew calendar. That's how you determine when